Hello folks, I have yet another UFC review video. Today we will be reviewing Josh Barnett vs Roy Nelson, and as usual the rule is I'll be reviewing fights I've watched, and that's the reason why this one will be a bit shorter. For one thing, it's probably one of the shortest cards on the UFC this year. But for another thing, when I started recording the event itself, because I don't know the time difference between England and Japan, which is where the event was being held at the Saitama Super Arena, I started recording it fairly late, so I didn't really I only got to saw the latter two prelim fights, and technically it was more like 2 and a quarter or something, because I wouldn't even say it was a quarter, because you know what? So I can stop stuttering. I'm going to start from the fights as I saw them. So, first of all, we have Cajun Johnson versus Naoyuki Katani. I apologize if I butcher the Japanese and other Asian names, by the way. But yeah, I didn't really watch the fight because, as I said, I recorded it pretty late. When I started the event up, it was pretty much the decision at the end of the fight, and Cajun Johnson won by decision. So well done him, even though I didn't see the fight. I'm sorry. Next up, we move to German stand-up Nick Hain, who is one of my favorite up-and-comers personally. I can quite like against Yusuke Kasuya. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. And Nick Hain won by unanimous decision. It was a fairly decent fight, I will say. You know, Nick Hain managed to use some really good clinch game and stuff. It was good. Next we move on to my favourite fight on the card. Keita Nakamura versus Li Jingliang. Now Li Jingliang won the, I would say the first season of the Ultimate Fighter China, but it's been the only season of the Ultimate Fighter China, so it kind of be moot to say it was the first one if there hasn't been a second one. Yeah, moving on. It was a good fight. The first round was very even between the two. Then by round 2, Jingliang turned it around. He landed some beautiful boxing combos, busted Keita up, knocked him down a couple of times. Keita did get a good knockdown round 1 and a really good one at the beginning of round 2. Round 3 was when that all changed. Again, Jingliang was pushing the pace. He was tiring a bit, but he was still going. Then it got to the ground, and Keita did an absolutely beautiful switch, and I'm talking beautiful. He got to Jingliang's back and sunk in a rear naked choke as they tried to stand up, and Jingliang didn't tap, so he was choked out cold by a rear naked choke. And for the people who don't know, the rear naked choke is my personal favourite submission. It just is. I just like it. It's a really cool move. Basic but effective. I quite enjoy it. And well done to Keita. Double well done, because this was his first UFC fight in a while, because his previous stints hadn't all been that great. So I'm looking forward to seeing him fight more in the business organization. That's what I meant to say. Business was just the first word that popped to mind. Moving on to the main card. The first fight we have is Mizuto Hirota against Teruto Ishihara, which ended in a split draw. Now this fight was kind of an important one because it was the end of the UFC, the Japan road to the UFC, I believe. Just give me a second. Road to UFC Japan, there we go. I knew it was one of them. I had to quickly mooch up. But yeah, the road to UFC Japan, these two were the fighters that made it to the end. And it was actually a very, very good fight. I don't think it should have ended too much in a draw. I slightly give the edge to Hirota, but you know, I was kind of hoping that maybe one of them would win by the end. I think there might be a rematch between the two, and if not, then there should be. Next up, we move on to Diego Brandao versus Katsunori Kikuno. And Brandao won in 28 seconds via TKO, and it just proved how vicious a fighter Diego can be. He hasn't had the best in the UFC despite winning the Ultimate Fighter season 14, I believe it was, they won. Yeah, it was 14. I was trying to think on my history. And he did a really good job, and he just proved that he can still stay in the UFC. Next up we have the game Mousasi versus George Roop. Fairly uninteresting fight. Most of the fights on this card aren't too much to talk about. But yeah, Takeo won by unanimous decision. Managed to use, despite being the shorter fighter, he managed to use some really good striking skills against Roop, who is probably the tallest bantamweight at the moment in the UFC. So yeah, that was a good one. Then we have the flyweight bout between Kyoji Horiguchi against Chico Camus. And Chico is one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. He didn't win this one. Once again, it was a unanimous decision calling in Kyoji's favour. And I believe that the fight was a flyweight title eliminator, so whoever won, I think, will fight Mighty Mouse, which was Kyoji in this case. Pardon me. It was either a title eliminator or an eliminator to see who would fight the next person to become the next. I've got so much stomach gas, belly, burping stuff. Let's just move on. I'm so awkward today. Anyway, yeah. If not a flyweight title eliminator, probably number one contender spot sort of eliminator thing. So like, Kyoji might fight whoever else is considered the number one contender. Then they're gonna fight, and they're gonna find out who can be the next title fighter, the next title challenger, shall I say. It's weird. I'm being weird today, and I don't freaking care. Deal with it. Next up, we move on to one of the best performances I've ever seen. Because holy shit, I'm sorry for the swearing, but it was really good. Uriah Hall against Gegard Mousasi. Now, those of you who know who they are, know Uriah. Despite having a rocky start in the UFC, I mean, he lost the Ultimate Fighter Season 17 and didn't do too well after that. Then he started, now he started getting some serious ass. And then Gegard Mousasi is one of the best fighters in his division. He's got skill in pretty much every area, and he's a very rare fighter to come by. And Uriah Hall finished it with a fudging, freaking, flipping, fucking, yes, I swore, get over it, with an absolutely beautiful jumping, spinning back kick. It was 25 seconds into the second round. A jumping, spinning back kick landed right on Gegard's face, stunned him. Then Uriah Hall had to follow it with my favourite strike in the UFC with a flying knee, and then several punches later, Uriah Hall was pulled off of Mousasi with a brilliant TKO win, because holy crap, that was good. I loved that. And we're on the subject, I just realised I slightly missed the Nakamura finish, but that was 2 minutes 17 seconds into round 3. I like to get these exact. So, now you know that. Now we can move on to the main event, big show, and I mean that quite literally, since the main eventers themselves are heavyweights. Josh Barnett, who is a well-known star in Japan, despite being American, against Roy Nelson, who has probably one of the best senses of humour I've ever seen in the UFC. Just ignore that, please. Anyway, Josh Barnett won by unanimous decision. It wasn't a bad fight, but to be honest, the whole card itself wasn't memorable. The finishes were. And that's not because they were finishes, but because they were genuinely very good fights. And the one that ended in a draw as well was also a good fight. And, well, we're on 9 minutes. Okay, this episode is much longer than I thought it'd be, mostly due to me being a rambly beggar. But yeah, Josh Barnett won. He did it in very, very dominant fashion. Yeah, decision win, but a very dominant one. Didn't lose flow, didn't lose pace throughout the fight. So well done him. And you know what? Decent card. It's nice to give the Japanese fans some every now and then, because this event was, again, as I said before, it was held in Japan. And it was good. Not great, but good. It was a good one. Anyway, I think that is about it for me. You guys have all been awesome if you watch, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.